Ever found yourself nodding along to someone else's tune, wondering how you ended up agreeing to things you never intended? Or questioned why certain conversations leave you feeling like you're in a fog, doubting your own thoughts? The answer might lie in the subtle art of manipulation, a pervasive force in our interconnected world. In this video, we embark on a revelation, a journey through 10 of the most subtle and powerful forms of manipulation. It's not just a talk. It's a guide on understanding these tactics and, most importantly, how to defend yourself against them. Why is this knowledge crucial? Because we live in an era where manipulation isn't confined to personal relationships. It extends its grip to larger structures like media and social networks. Knowing these techniques isn't just self-protection. It's a step towards greater autonomy and personal freedom. Join me on this journey of discovery and empowerment. And if you're new here, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Statistics show that only 3 of my audience is subscribed. So if this content has helped you, a subscription would mean a lot. Now, let's dive into the labyrinth and unveil the 10 Stoic lessons on recognizing and combating manipulation. Lesson 1. Emotional manipulation. Definition: emotional manipulation is like an invisible chess game where the pieces are your emotions and the board is your mind. Picture walking through an enchanted forest where each tree represents a different emotion: joy, fear, guilt. Each tree can be shaken by someone to make you lose your balance. Examples: consider the scenario of a friend asking for an uncomfortable favor. Upon refusal, they respond with disappointment and a look that questions your friendship. Suddenly, you find yourself questioning your decision, feeling selfish for putting your needs first. This is the subtle use of guilt as a manipulative tactic. Defense mechanisms. 1. Self-awareness. Know your emotions like a gardener who knows every plant in their garden. Recognizing each emotion gives you a foundation to identify when someone is trying to play with them. Establish clear boundaries. Build doors, not walls. Learn to say no without guilt and accept that you can't please everyone. Seek balance in relationships. A healthy relationship is a dance where both move at the same pace with respect for each other. If you feel you're dancing to someone else's tune, it's time to reconsider. Honest communication. Confronting emotional manipulation isn't easy, but a simple "I feel this way" or "I'm not comfortable with" that can change the dynamic. Remember, in the chess game of life, you are the king or queen of your own destiny. Stay vigilant and use awareness, clear boundaries, balance, and communication as your tools to master the art of protecting your emotions. Lesson 2. Beware of logical fallacies. Definition: logical fallacies are like mirages in a desert of arguments. They seem to offer refuge in truth, but as you get closer, they vanish, leaving confusion and deceit. Recognizing logical fallacies is crucial for navigating the maze of daily communication and protecting yourself against subtle manipulation. Examples: consider the personal attack, known as ad hominem, where instead of addressing the argument, someone attacks the person's character. Imagine debating politics, and instead of responding to your points, your opponent criticizes your education or past, diverting attention from the real issue. Defense mechanisms. 1. Educate yourself. Learn about logical fallacies and their forms. Having this knowledge is like having a map in a desert of mirages, guiding you through confusing and deceptive arguments. Develop critical thinking. Don't take everything at face value. Question. analyze, and seek evidence behind arguments like a detective in search of the truth. Avoid using fallacies. Be conscious of not using fallacies in your own arguments. Keep discussions focused on facts and logic, contributing to a more honest and productive dialogue. Being alert to logical fallacies is akin to having a compass in a sea of confusing and deceptive arguments. It keeps you on the path of reason and truth, protecting you from being manipulated by arguments that may seem convincing but lack a solid foundation. Lesson 3. Gaslighting Detection. Definition: gaslighting, a subtle and insidious form of emotional manipulation, is like a mental game where the manipulator sows doubts in your mind about your memory, perception, or sanity. It's as if someone is rearranging the furniture in your house and then denying any changes, making you question your reality. Examples: consider denial as a form of gaslighting. The manipulator refuses to acknowledge the truth, invalidating your experiences. It's like confessing to seeing a shooting star, and they insist you only imagined it despite being sure of what you saw. Defense mechanisms. 1. Trust your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Keep a record of events, conversations, and feelings to validate your experience and remember details accurately. Seek support. Talk to trusted friends or family members. Sometimes, an external perspective can provide clarity and validate your experiences. Self-care and self-affirmation strengthen your self-esteem. Remember that you have the right to your thoughts, feelings, and memories. Practices like meditation or therapy can be helpful in maintaining emotional well-being. Gaslighting is a dark art, but with awareness, clear boundaries, balance, and communication, you can become a master in protecting your emotions and maintaining your reality. Remember, your reality is valid and it deserves to be heard and respected. Lesson 4. Awareness of group pressure. Definition: group pressure is a powerful force that influences decisions and beliefs by leveraging the innate desire to belong and be accepted. It's like sailing on a choppy sea, where waves of popular opinion threaten to carry you in a direction you might not want to go. Examples: imagine everyone in your social group adopting a certain opinion, and you feel the implicit need to follow suit. It's like being in a room where everyone speaks in one tone and adjusting your voice to match, fearing judgment or isolation. Defense mechanisms. 1. Solid self-esteem. Develop a strong sense of self. Knowing who you are and what you value is like having an anchor, keeping you steady amidst the waves of group influence. Recognize influence. Be aware of explicit and subtle influences. If you feel pressured, it's crucial to identify it and resist conforming without thoughtful consideration. Establish and maintain boundaries. You don't have to be confrontational, but be firm and clear in your decisions. Imagine yourself as a tree with deep roots, swaying but not easily uprooted by external forces. Seek supportive networks. Surround yourself with people who respect your individuality. This is like finding a safe harbor where diverse thoughts are appreciated, protecting you from the conformity of the crowd. Being aware of group pressure is essential for maintaining personal integrity. By developing self-confidence, recognizing influences, establishing boundaries, and seeking supportive networks, you can navigate through the seas of conformity and make decisions aligned with your true values. Remember, it's okay to be different and make your own choices. Lesson 5. Identification of excessive flattery. Definition: Excessive flattery, like a sweet bait hiding a hook, is a cunning tool of manipulation. It plays on our ego and the need for appreciation, luring us with constant praise that may not align with reality. Examples: imagine someone showering you with constant compliments, making it easy to get carried away. It's like a sweet aroma, attractive but hiding potential hidden motives. Defense mechanisms. 1. Healthy self-esteem. Develop a realistic self-assessment. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses acts as an internal navigation system, helping you evaluate the sincerity of the praise. Context and frequency analysis. Observe the context and frequency of compliments. If they come with unusual frequency or from someone seeking favors, there may be hidden motives. Maintain emotional distance. Politely thank for the praise, but avoid getting carried away. Think of it as carrying an umbrella on a sunny day, a precaution in case things change. Seek external opinions. Get opinions from people you trust. An external perspective can help distinguish between genuine compliments and manipulative tactics, acting like a second pair of eyes. By maintaining a healthy self-esteem, analyzing the context, keeping emotional distance, and seeking external perspectives, you can protect yourself from falling into the trap of excessive flattery. Ensure your relationships are based on sincerity and mutual respect rather than manipulation. Lesson 6. Recognition of isolation tactics. Definition: isolation tactics involve attempts to separate you from your support networks, making you vulnerable and dependent. It's like being on a deserted island, entirely reliant on the person who left you there. Examples: picture someone questioning your friendships or relationships, planting doubts about their intentions or loyalty. It's like they're building a wall brick by brick, blocking your view and access to the outside world. Defense mechanisms. 1. Maintain relationships. Keep your relationships and support networks active, even if someone tries to convince you otherwise. Regular communication with friends and family is like lifelines keeping you connected to reality. Establish clear boundaries. Firmly communicate your boundaries. Think of it as building a fort where you decide who enters and who doesn't, ensuring you remain in control. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong in how someone is influencing your relationships, trust your instincts. Your instinct is like an internal alarm alerting you to potential threats. Seek external support if you feel isolated. Talk to a counselor, therapist, or trusted friend. External support provides valuable perspective and helps reaffirm your reality. By keeping communication channels open, establishing clear boundaries, trusting your instincts, and seeking external support, you can resist isolation tactics. Maintain your autonomy and emotional well-being, ensuring your relationships are healthy, equitable, and based on mutual respect. Lesson 7. Alert to ultimatums. Definition: ultimatums are pressure tactics, forcing quick decisions under duress. It's like standing on the edge of a cliff, facing a seemingly simple but daunting choice that manipulators use to limit your options. Examples: imagine someone saying, "If you really loved me, you would do this," or "Our friendship will end if you don't do this." These statements create urgency, limiting your choices to what the manipulator wants. Defense mechanisms. 1. Pause and breathe. When faced with an ultimatum, take a moment to breathe. You almost always have more time than you think. It's like pressing the pause button in a video game, giving you a moment to gather your thoughts. Evaluate consequences. Examine the long-term consequences of each option. Ultimatums often exaggerate the negative outcome of one choice. It's like looking at a map before choosing a route, helping you see all possible directions and outcomes. Communicate clearly, express how the ultimatum affects you, and set clear boundaries. Plant your feet firmly on the ground, showing that you're not easily swayed by emotional pressure. Consider relationship evaluation. If ultimatums persist in a relationship, consider reevaluating it. Healthy environments shouldn't be filled with threats or pressures. Sometimes, leaving a game with unfair rules is necessary. Being alert to ultimatums and managing them effectively is crucial for maintaining freedom of choice. Ensure your decisions are based on what's best for you, not on someone else's imposition. Stay calm, consider your options, and communicate your boundaries to navigate through the tricky waters of ultimatums. Lesson 8. Recognizing blame. Definition: blame is detected when someone tries to make you feel guilty to control your actions or thoughts. It's a subtle yet powerful manipulative tool, akin to a poison infiltrating your mind and causing self-doubt. Examples: picture someone saying, "You make me feel bad when you don't do what I ask," or "If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have reacted this way." It's like receiving a distorted mirror reflecting your every movement as a mistake or fault. Defense mechanisms. 1. Assert your reality. Remember that your feelings and perceptions are valid. Don't let someone rewrite your story or make you feel responsible for things outside your control. Hold a shield that protects you from the poisoned arrows of guilt. Self-reflection before accepting blame. Practice self-reflection before accepting blame. Ask yourself if you are genuinely responsible for the situation and if the accusation is fair. It's like looking at a map before embarking on a journey, ensuring you're on the right path. Communication is key. Express how you feel when unjustly blamed and set clear boundaries. It's like putting a "do not enter" sign in your emotional garden, asserting that you won't accept responsibility for someone else's actions. Surround yourself with supportive people. Foster a healthy environment by surrounding yourself with supportive and respectful individuals. A positive environment is like fertile soil, allowing your best to flourish. Detecting blame is crucial for maintaining emotional and mental well-being. By recognizing and confronting this tactic, you can protect yourself from manipulation, ensuring your actions and thoughts remain free from the shadow of unjust guilt. Keep your mind clear, your boundaries firm, and your environment healthy to navigate safely through the labyrinth of blame. Lesson 9. Awareness of information overload. Definition: information overload is when you are overwhelmed with excessive, often complex, information to hinder your ability to make clear decisions. It's like being in the center of a hurricane of data, leaving you confused and incapable of rational choices. Examples: imagine a situation where data, facts, and figures swirl around you, making you feel overwhelmed and incapable of making informed decisions. It's like being given a puzzle with too many pieces, expecting you to give up and let others take control. Defense mechanisms. 1. Recognize overload. Identify situations where you are inundated with too much data. Take a moment to breathe and pause. It's like pausing in the middle of a frenetic movie to understand the plot. Simplify information. Break down complex information into smaller, manageable parts. Dismantle the data like a complicated engine, piece by piece, making it easier to understand and handle. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Clarify doubts by asking, "Can you explain it differently?" It's like asking someone to turn on a flashlight in a dark room. Seek external opinions. Consult an impartial third party for fresh and objective perspectives. It's like looking at a map from above, offering a clear view of the landscape. Trust your instincts. If something feels overwhelming or confusing, trust your instincts. Your internal radar alerts you to potential dangers. Being aware of information overload is crucial for maintaining autonomy and decision-making ability. By recognizing, simplifying, asking questions, seeking advice, and trusting your instincts, you can navigate safely through the storm of excessive information, making decisions that truly reflect your needs and desires. Lesson 10. Identifying topic shifting. Topic shifting is when someone constantly changes topics to avoid responsibility or to confuse you. It's like a magic trick in a conversation where the focus suddenly shifts, leaving you puzzled and disoriented. Examples. Picture a situation where you're discussing an important issue, and suddenly the topic changes to something completely different, diverting attention. It's like being on a clear path and finding yourself in a maze of dead-end conversations. Recognition is key. Identify when the topic changes suddenly without a logical transition. It can be a red flag that something is amiss, like realizing the landscape has suddenly changed on a journey. Steer back to original issue. If a topic shift occurs, try to steer the conversation back to the original issue. Politely say, "That's interesting, but I'd like to return to what we were discussing before." It's like redirecting a ship to its original course. Maintain calm and firmness. Don't get swept away by irrelevant topics. Stay calm and firm, like maintaining balance in the midst of strong winds. Question the intention. If the topic shift continues, directly question the intention. Ask, why are we changing the topic? It's like turning on a light in a dark room, revealing what's being hidden. Establish clear communication boundaries. If the conversation becomes unproductive, be willing to end it. Knowing when to leave a game that isn't played by fair rules is important. Being alert to topic shifting and managing effectively is crucial for maintaining honest and transparent communication. By recognizing, redirecting, questioning, and setting clear communication boundaries, you affirm your right to a meaningful and respectful conversation. In the art of conversation, staying the course is as important as knowing how to navigate. In the intricate dance of human interactions, manipulation can lurk in various forms, affecting our decisions, emotions, and perceptions. In this journey, through the 10 subtle and powerful ways to recognize and confront manipulation, we've explored a range of tactics employed by those seeking to influence us unethically. From emotional manipulation to topic shifting, each strategy reveals the manipulator's playbook and, more importantly, how to defend ourselves. Awareness as a shield. The most potent shield against manipulation is awareness. Knowing these tactics equips us to identify and counteract attempts at manipulation in our daily lives. It's akin to having a map in complicated territory, guiding us towards safety. Personal autonomy, recognizing manipulation, is not just about self-protection. It's a step towards greater personal autonomy and freedom. In a world where influence can come from both individuals and larger structures like media and social networks, Understanding these tactics is a vital tool for maintaining independence. Application in various arenas. Manipulation can manifest in personal relationships, the workplace, or the public sphere. The knowledge and skills gained here empower us to stand firm against these challenges, protecting our minds and emotions from unwanted influences. Your engagement is crucial in this ongoing journey. By sharing your experiences and reflections in the comments, you contribute valuable insights that may guide others facing similar challenges. Together, we can create a community of learning and support where knowledge and experiences are shared for the collective betterment. As you continue navigating the complexities of human interaction, always remember that you are the king or queen of your own destiny in the chess game of life. Stay informed, maintain clear boundaries, trust your instincts, and most importantly, cultivate a resilient mindset. Your journey towards empowerment and autonomy is ongoing, and each step forward is a victory against the forces that seek to manipulate. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. If any part of this message resonated with you, leave a like and share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that empowers and enlightens. The path to greater autonomy awaits, and you have the tools to navigate it with wisdom and resilience. Until next time, stay empowered and continue the pursuit of a fulfilling, authentic life.